here we are making our famous Christmas cake. Now, we sell heaps of these Christmas cakes, heaps and heaps. I remember years ago, when they brought the internet in, I was doing a talk down in Gippsland, and somebody says, Tom, how's the internet going to affect you? I said, well, I wouldn't like to order a vanilla slice on the internet. It might be a bit soggy, but today, the internet is a big part of our business. We sell so many Christmas hampers and Christmas cakes on the internet, so who knows? But many years ago when they brought it in, I thought you won't be selling vanilla slices on the internet, but you probably do. We don't, but we sell lots of bakery product on the internet. But anyway, here we are. This recipe is one that I have been using for all my time in business. I've been in business 47 years, and it was an old recipe, way older than that when I got it. So look, it's a very simple recipe. We're going to cream the brown sugar and the butter together. Then we're going to put in the blackjack. Or caramel it is. We'll cream the brown sugar and the butter, and then we'll slowly beat the eggs in, get the blackjack in, and then, now we're only making one cake. Now you've got to look at all that fruit for one cake. Our fruit cakes have massive amount, and they're all done by hand, but in the bakery we do probably 50 or 100 cakes at a time, probably 100 cakes at a time. So you mix in big heaps. So this is just a little one, and you know, I'll tell you, with one of the cakes, I love Christmas cake. I absolutely love Christmas cake. And one of the things is, we're eating one from last year at the moment, but keep them in the fridge. Don't eat them from the fridge because the flavour needs to be back at room temperature, but they will last for a couple of years in the fridge. We have found some that have been stuck at the back, not the back of our fridge, but in the back of some of our big commercial fridges, and found them, and wow, they've been just beautiful, brought back to room temperature. Christmas cakes, you know, it took me years to learn that, to realise that they keep so well in the fridge. But anyway, here we go. We're going to cream this up, turn this on, turn this on. Oh, this is this. Now I'm going to cream slowly put the eggs in, just creaming them into this mix, and we'll see how we go. It's a very small mix, so it's a bit difficult to cream up and that. And anyway, how many was that? 5 eggs in one little cake. It's now we are going to, now I pre-weighed all this so you don't have to stand here watching me do this. Now I've sieved the flour. Now I'm going to sieve the pre-gel starch and the baking powder, and it's all in the recipe. But the nutmeg and the spices into there, and just get them out beautiful. And then we'll just mix that through, and this is all going into here. So we'll just slowly, sieving the flour has really has helped that. So we'll fold that in, just fold this in, and one of the secrets with this, the cake, well, any baking, well, any cooking, I'm no great cook, but with any baking, it's the preparation, making sure that you've got everything there instead of getting halfway through and think, oh, yeah, I'm out of this. You have everything. So here is this, you just really fold this flour and that through, but you can, look at this. This is pretty incredible. That's pretty well the whole mix. That's it. And all that fruit is in our Christmas cake. That is just bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. That's the batter, that's the fruit. So massive amount of fruit, more fruit than I think you'll find in any fruit cake. But all that into that little bit. It's pretty incredible. So just fold that through. Now the secret with the fruit, the whole secret with any Christmas cake is, and here it is, is pre-washing it. It's just in a lukewarm water, sieve the water off, sieve it, and then towel it dry. Tip the fruit on a towel, fold a towel over, just get the moisture out of that fruit. Now all that fruit's in here, so now we just go. So and once the fruit is dry, then you add. We soak it in rum for a minimum of 2 days in rum and glycerine, and that makes the fruit just beautiful, and it gives it an incredible flavour. But you've got to do it, minimum of 24 hours, but we leave it for a few days if we can. And we mix it. You've got to mix it at least once a day, but better if you do it twice a day, so that rum gets through all the fruit, doesn't just sit on the bottom of the bowl, and that's it. Now we use the raisin, but instead of the old recipe had almonds, but we put pecans in, and the pecans just add that bit of different flavour, and they're soft. And I got into it years ago, the pecans, because we couldn't get almonds. Almonds were too hard to get, but we had pecans, and we found ever since. And look, this recipe, I got onto this recipe. It was given to me, and it was an ancient old recipe when I got it. So it would be 100 years old. I would have no problem. Now here we are. It's done. It's mixed. That's it. Simple. And we do our fruit cakes cook them in boxes. We've had these boxes made, but look, a tin will do. But with the tin, what we used to do was put cardboard around the side and tie it. There was a pain in the bum and cardboard underneath. But even today, with our boxes, because we bake these at work, and they're in a fan-forced oven, so. And a big oven, and it revolves around, a big rack that rolls around. But we always put paper underneath, a newspaper underneath, probably at least 20 sheets of paper, 10 sheets, 20, I've never counted them. And then we put a silicone on the top and a bit of paper on the top, because our ovens are pretty fan-forced, a fair bit of air going around, and to bake them. So, but the timber, we've been using these for years. Now the thing is, you've got to really push it into the corners. We line whether you're in a tin or box or whatever you want to bake it in, we use the silicone paper and just pull that paper off at the end, and that's about it. Now we're going to put our glazed fruit on the top, and that will get that. I'll just wet this down a little bit like this, wet it down, a little bit of water. Like I said, to get everything prepared, I've prepared this to make me look good, you know, just before the camera. But I'm just going to maybe wash my hand. Is that this is the glaze on the top. Now, with the glaze, red cherries, green cherries, flaked almonds, a bit of mixed peel and glazed pineapple. The thing is, I like to only mix these together just before I go to do it, because it keeps the colour. If you do them, you could pre-mix it the day before or whatever, but the green will overtake, and it'll all be one sort of colour. So I just mix it now, and I'll just then put it on the top, and that'll be it. This glazed fruit is just it's a beautiful fruit cake. I must admit, I love it, and I'm sure this year that we'll be selling more than ever online because great corporate gifts. We do lots corporate hampers and all that, and a great personal gift, because everyone is made by hand and made by love. My guys at work, they do a great job. I have a bit of fruit cake every day. I shouldn't, but I do. I try to be good, and I don't cut it too thick, but and I love it. So can't beat it with a cup of tea. I just love it. Now that's just it. You just put it down like that, and that's it. Now we bake it for about 4 hours, maybe 4 hours and 15 minutes. This will take. And I turn it in our oven every hour or so, because in our ovens at work, they're a revolving oven that revolves all the time. So you need to turn it, and we'll put silicone paper on the top and a bit more newspaper over the top so it doesn't burn. And then sort of in the last hour, you take the paper off, and so it gets a bit of colour, or you've just got to judge that and just check it with a skewer, and you can tell it with its firm, because every oven is different. I could say 4 hours, you could be doing at about 140 we do it, so we do it at a low temperature. But every oven is different, so I can't, I'd hate you to burn it and then blame me, and you're the one who's done it, you know. But anyway, that's it. Very simple. We need a bit of newspaper, and yeah, so this will come up absolutely beautiful, and just can't fault it. This cake has to be one of the nicest fruit cakes that you can ever buy or make. But that's it. We'll put it in the oven and we'll see how we go. Here we are. We've got some paper, newspaper on the bottom, a very white right wing, and put this on, then a bit of silicone on top of the cake, and a bit more. That's it. And then in the oven. All right, at 140 for maybe 4 hours. Here we are, just melting a bit of apricot jam with a little bit of bourbon, or a little bit of whiskey, or you can put. Oh, you don't need to, but it's just by putting the whiskey in, it makes it more usable to. And I'll tell you, when we're doing the Christmas cake, use real rum in your fruit. Don't use rum essence or that. And the people say, oh, look, I don't drink. Well, I believe it burns out anyway, cooks out. I love Christmas cake, and it doesn't make me any sillier than I am. So, but I use real rum in my fruit cake. But here we are. We just melt the apricot jam up and just glaze this off, and that seals it. It seals the flavour in. The idea is to do it when it comes straight out of the oven, when it's still hot. The cake's got to be hot, and you just glaze it, and that seals the flavour in. It is beautiful. The idea, yeah, and then just let it cool down and we'll take this out of the box probably tomorrow, won't worry, and that's it. How simple is it? Like I said, I think, you know, there's a beautiful picture, that's a lovely photo, but yeah, Tom's tip, real rum, use real rum, and look, I tell you what, you won't go wrong. I've made a mess on my cookbook, how about that? But look, I can't talk highly enough of our Christmas cake. It's one of our best products. So look, have a nice Christmas and a nice forever, and I'll see you later. Thank you.